Welcome to Great Greys, your one-stop shop to finding winners across Australia from the world of greyhound racing. Host David Shortte is joined by Hall of Famer Neil Brown, Jason Campbell to look at Queensland and Tasmanian chasing, Sean Matheson looking at South Australian chasing, New South Wales expert Simon Orchard, and the Shane Train Williams rounds it out with his key plays and kennel mail in WA. Now, over to the team for this week's edition of Great Greys.
Good morning and welcome along to Great Greys on this Thursday morning, the 12th of June 2025. Hope you're travelling particularly well. We've got a great show to look forward to today, finding all the winners around this great nation from the world of greyhound racing. Let's get straight to the great man, the Shane Train Williams, fresh off a long price winner arriving for him last night there at Cannington. Good morning to you, Train.
Yeah, good morning, Shorty. Good morning, listeners.
And nice to be catching up. The quick shout out as well to our man Marco and the Bullet up there for the World Test Championship. Looked like they would have had a lot of fun there day one. There were wickets falling right, left and centre.
You'd hate to be a schooner of beer there, Shorty, at Lord's yesterday, that's for sure. I think the boys would have put a few away, but lives a good life, doesn't he? Into Royal Ascot next week, so...
Must be rough, eh? Must be rough. How life on the other side of the ledger do operate, but good luck to them and good luck to the Aussies. They look to be in a bit of trouble there overnight, but those 4 wickets late certainly brought them right back into the contest. Congrats on your winner last night there at Cannington. It would have been a nice surprise. It went round at very big odds late in the program there last night, but... I'm sure that is a victory that would have been very much savoured by yourself and the team. Simple Sally getting up there at the big odds last night in the Kanyana Trophy final. You have a happy knack of having your dogs up to their peak when the finals are on.
Yeah, it was a good result, Shorty. It's obviously been a rough week for everyone at home, so that lifted spirits and, it was really good. You know, the heats, Shorty, there wasn't much separating the whole field, and I think I said to Jimmy Chadwick last night, she probably went around in the last heat on probably the slowest surface. So the other heats were before her, and we had a lot of rain. And she's always had ability. She's just a matter of which one turns up. So she broke in really well, not far behind her brothers. And it was just really good to see her do that. Grant was awake for this one. He was asleep last week, and it was good that he was awake for this one and watched the win. So it was a real good thrill, and he's now got a rug and a trophy, and I said that I want it up somewhere near your Perth Cup thoroughbred one. Trade spots. Not bad. That'd be a pretty handy trade up, that's for sure. We do pass on our condolences to you and everyone at the kennels, mate. It was a sad passing of Rip and Sam earlier in the week for those that weren't aware, and he was just a really special dog, obviously a great pet for you, but his deeds on the track were quite remarkable. I'll never forget that Galaxy win. It was absolutely first class. He was a very special dog. Yeah, he certainly was, and he kept me company for the last 4 or 5 years, Shorty, so really going to miss him.
Yeah, that's the truth, mate. So we're thinking of you. There's plenty of good chasing. Before we get into finding a winner for Thursday night activity upcoming, a couple of stellar heats there last week of the Winter Cup. We've been left with a tremendous final. It's going to be an absolute beauty out there on Saturday night at Cannington. It's certainly not an easy race to divulge the winner, but gee whiz, you could, when you sit down and have a really good look at it, any of these dogs could win it, and you'd walk away saying, well, you'd love to own any of them. As it sits now, from box draw order, Mylada in the one at $4.20, Fluckwise in from $4.40, Bezecchi $3.50 to $3.60, Firelighter in 3 at $4.60, and Firm West on Sydney $3 Firm at that quote. Wise Barra 13 into 12, Rare Speed 21 into 18, seen a little bit of specking, as has Shy Emoji 34 to 31, Sunset Capone 17 to 15, the reserves there, Rapido Jedi at 18, and Crooked Kelly 51 into 34. Last week, the 2 run-on dogs, Bezecchi got there just in the nick of time to knock off the kennelmate Firelighter, and it must be said, Western Sydney's heat win was one of the biggest performances I've seen on the new Cannington track. To come from where he did in the run and go past 7 high-quality dogs was just an outstanding performance.
It certainly was, Shorty, and you also got to think, the the time that he put on the board coming from where he did is remarkable, to be honest. And, it's going to be a cracking final. I think a lot of the good ones got through the heats. The heats are only two heats of 8, and obviously the first 4 went into the final. So I think a lot of the good ones got through, and just goes to show the depth we have over here, Shorty, is a cracking final, and there's a lot of chances in the final. It's going to be hard to dissect that one when I eventually get around to it, but wide open as the betting suggests. But Bezeki and Western Sydney, no doubt, will be coming hard from the back, Shorty, and trying to get a bit of luck in the run.
Yeah, that's the truth. And, Bezeki, a dog like Bezeki does appeal a little bit. A dog like Mylata does appeal a bit with a slow beginner Bezeki on the outside. As long as it and Firelighter don't chop each other up in the early stages of the race. Mylata from the wide draw last week was, I thought, a really good run from a young dog that's only had the 13 starts. It got posted through the first corner. It was probably entitled to just go around and make up the numbers from there, but I love the way that it stuck on. Was only beaten a few lengths in the end, and he's a dog with a bright future, the Derby winner. So from the good draw, no surprise to see Mylata run a cheeky race, and not surprised to see a bit of early support there. But if Western Sydney or Bezeki sit close to the likes of Mylata and Firelighter down the back, then we're going to be in for a grandstand finish. So it'll be a beauty there on Saturday night. What about this evening there at Mandurah? I've got these Thursday night meetings, and even the Friday night cards of late have been pretty challenging. A lot of very even races. But there are some winners to be found. Who do you like tonight there at Mandurah?
Yeah, I do agree, Shorty. It's a little bit of a tricky meeting tonight. I'm going to kick things off race 7, number 8, Osprey Wizard. As I said to the boys this morning, they don't come much more honest than this fellow. He's finished on the podium in 30 of his 39 career starts. And he loves a wide draw, where he's won 3 of 7 and a further 3 placings from that Fairy Floss draw, Shorty. And this is a good race with a lot of speed drawn in the middle, and I just thought he might be able to get the swoop around them early doors and sail away to victory. So race 7, number 8, Osprey Wizard to kick us off.
All right, nice price too, $4.20 and $1.50 on the fix with Tab Touch. The second he plays tonight at Mandurah.
Yeah, race 8, number 4, Let Me Cook. She looks the pilot on this race, coming off 3 consecutive silver medals performances where she's led at every one of them starts, and I think will be out in front, hard to beat. And I also thought the newcomer to the state in box 1 could be a big danger here. She's got some nice Albion Park form and been racing around the Q2 Parkland circuit. So I thought we could maybe have a Cronulla as a saver there, Shorty. 8-4, Let Me Cook with a Cronulla 1 and 4 as a save.
Fair enough. 4 on top, 1 and 4 Cronulla the save. And speaking of cooking, the chef, Min Woo Lee, he's not far away from getting underway in the US Open golf across there in the US. I noted that I got a message through last night from his coach, Richie Smith, and they were at the Pittsburgh Pirates game. And Min Woo was the opening pitch of the game train. So there's a bit of a theme around Let Me Cook and the chef going towards the golf tonight.
100%. Can't wait for the golf, Shorty. Me and the boys always we throw in $50 and we pick a player each, and the highest finishing player gets the pot. And this year I'm going with Xander Schauffele, so I'm hoping he has a good 4 days at the golf. They say it's a pretty hard course, Shorty. It's you've got to hit them straight, otherwise the rough can be very, very grueling. So I've looked for someone that can not long, but just hit them straight. Xander Schauffele for me.
All right, and the greens can be absolutely savage. If you don't land them in the right part of the green, you can find yourself on the roll down and really up against it. So listening to a couple of the previous shows earlier in the week, they are suggesting that it will be tough and that even the world's best will be certainly challenged. So that'll be something to watch out for. The third of your plays tonight there at Mandurah, Train.
Yeah, the third of them will be the best one, Shorty. Race 9, number 8, Sunset Viper. He looks to be the best box runner on the program for mine, and although the 300-metre trip looks a little bit short of his best, I still think he'll take a power beating. You got to remember, 4 and 5 runs ago, this dog sizzled around Kennington in 21.63 and 21.64 respectively. He has a really nice motor, and he's really happy to be out in box 8. He's out where he wants to be. So 9-8 Sunset Viper will wrap things up for me tonight, Shorty.
Yeah, I do like it. Love these whiteys when they finally come up with their right draw. And Sunset Viper, as you touched on, those runs 3 and 4, 4 and 5 starts ago now, elite. They are times reserved for the absolute top grade canines. And from that pink tonight, you're going to get plenty of room to wind up and hopefully swoop all over the top of them. Sunset Viper 330 looks a very, very acceptable quote about a dog that's drawn favourably tonight there. Race 9, number 8, Sunset Viper. Very nice from you, Train. Appreciate your time as always here on A Great Greys. Anything else to add before we bid you a farewell and wish you the best for the weekend upcoming? Any runners of note over the weekend and the latest on Iconic Jet?
Yeah, we've got 4 in on Saturday night. I think we're going to struggle again, Shorty. It's some bad boxes in some novice races, and Simple Sally's up to 600 on Saturday night, drawing the red, but I think she could probably run a place behind Miss Ronnie Mack and dogs like that. And Iconic Jet, things didn't go to plan last week, so he's having a bit of a freshen up in Queensland. He'll trial at the Q1 on Saturday night over 4:57, and then all things being well, he'll go around next Thursday at the Q2 Parklands in a prelude of the Brisbane Cup, and that's just 7 days prior to the heats of the Brisbane Cup. So all things being well, he'll go around next Thursday, but I want to see him run well. If he doesn't run well, we'll just abort the mission and bring him home. He's got to run well to earn a spot in the heats of the Brisbane Cup.
Yeah, fair enough too. Well, we'll be cheering hard. Hopefully that trial goes well, and this time next week we'll look forward to seeing the dog go around once again up there in Queensland. Beautifully done, Train. Have a ripper Thursday and all the very best over the weekend.
Thanks, Shorty. All the best, punters.
There we have it, the Shane Train Williams with us this morning here on TAB Radio, where it's 14 minutes after 10. We'll swing back to Maddie. I think we'll probably have the divvies now available from the first of the day there at Ballina.
And it was won by No Regrets at $2.20, $1.40, Baron $1.80, Boldzara $8, Quinella $6.90, Exacta $8.30, Trifecta $346.30, 5173 first 4, $1,711.60, sub 5 with the scratching 2, and correct weight on the first. Second race in 20 minutes, favourite at $1.90, Queen Arnie. It's due at $10.35 after the first at sale in a quarter of an hour. And at $4, Regeneration, the favourite, and nearly 20 grand in the quaddie.
You're listening to Great Greys on Tab Radio.
Well, it's bang on 10:15. Time to catch up with a young gun, Jason Campbell. Have a look at some of the action tonight there at the Q2 as well as down there in Hobart. G'day, JC.
Hey, Shorty. How do you do, mate?
Doing very nicely indeed, thank you, mate. Nice to be with you on the program this morning, and looking forward to what's a really good card tonight up there at Q2 on the Parklands. Enjoyed the program last week, and we get to see some real top-liners strutting their stuff this evening.
Yes, the Q, they cut the ribbon there on Saturday night for the Group 1 Flying Amy Classic. That was taken out by Sudi Keeping for Tony Brett, Shane Stiff and Charmaine Roberts. She goes around in one of those feature races that you just mentioned, the Origin Sprint. There's 3 races there. New South Wales, Queensland, they go head-to-head on the Greyhound track, and hopefully for my sake, New South Wales can take out another series. Well, I think they'll take out the footy series the way they're going, but hopefully they can take out the canine version.
Yeah, looking for the double there. Always a great series each and every year. The best of the New South Wales dogs taking the best of the Queenslanders, in sync with the State of Origin Rugby League when that's all happening. So, looking forward to those races tonight. Races 7, 8 and 9 for the punters to get involved with if you're looking at those events. Let's go through your better bets on the card, JC. Who do you like?
Yeah, we're going to kick off in race 1. I'm happy to take on the favourite here, number 1, Tank Keep, and I'm playing the 5 here, Brindle Fugitive. Both this pair came out of the same race last week. Brindle Fugitive showed a little bit more speed than Tank Keeping, and he was just unable to get across Summer's Edition early. Summer's Edition not in this race, obviously, tonight. I think the 5 can lead this race. I think the 4 gets back to the fence, 6 and 7 vacant. I think at the price is a pretty fair bet here. I think he'll shorten up late in the piece, and the 1 will probably get the blows. So that's race 1, number 5, Brindle Fugitive.
Okay, Brindle Fugitive for Ray Berman to get us off to a flyer. Then we head a bit deeper into the program, and this greyhound is really emerging as one of the more exciting stayers in the land at the minute. We speak of Autumn Storm, a winner 20 of 49 with a further 18 placings, and has been running hot there. Its last couple of runs at the Q1 Lakeside over the 642 metres.
Yeah, took out the Dashing Corsair final last week, defeating the West Aussie Weston Booney. She steps to the Q2 Parkland 7:15 for the first time. Last time she was over this distance, she obviously took out that 7:15 metre race at the Gardens. I think she's arguably the best suited greyhound in this race. The dogs in boxes 1 and 2 both want to use the track, and Lady Wilson in box 8, she is a commanding favourite here. I think they're probably thinking the 7 might get across and bring her into the race, but she hasn't been beginning all that well recently, Lady Wilson. We saw her draw this box last week at Wentworth Park, and she got rolled as an odds-on favourite. So I'm happy to be with Autumn Storm. I think if she finds a bunny, she's obviously going to be terribly hard to run down, and I'm just potting a few of the dogs in the market here. I think they're drawn on opposite sides of the track.
Yeah, no, that makes sense to me, and I did see that run there last week. Lady Wilson went round at a really trim quote at Wentworth Park and was beaten by a greyhound that probably entitled to be taken care of. So I think that's a nice play, Autumn Storm. I like the way this dog's been going, and the quote's good, 390 tonight there. That is race 7, number 3. And you've come up with a multi for us, rolled up a couple of the good things on the card in races 4 and 9.
Yeah, I thought Deadly Avenger in race number 4 was the best in the program. Yeah, I think the price obviously short for most punters tune in, but it's definitely fair enough. Prior to a last start second in the Harrison Dawson behind Flying Zulu, he won 5 on the bounce, including the Sandgroper over there in WA. He ran really fast time, brought a track record on that occasion. He's drawn box 1. Tom Savella's caretaker trainer won a group race with him in Brisbane earlier this year, and box 2 history's coming, likes to use the track. So I don't think there's any reason why Deadly Avenger can't find the front and obviously be terribly hard to run down. I think he will break the track record, but I think the track record will then be broken by race 9, number 1, Jungle Johnny in the match race. We saw him have a really sharp post-to-post there in the lead-up to this contest. He broke the post-to-post track record. 1 out, I think this dog is as fast as any dog in Australia. We saw him run second to Power and Glory in that Golden Easter Egg final, running down to about a length and a half in really, really slick time, fastest Golden Easter Egg ever won. So I think box 1 suitable, 2-dog race obviously suitable, and I think put those 2 in a multi, you get even money, and hopefully spend it wisely, because I'll be very shocked if they both don't salute.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think that looks a really solid play tonight. Pair of reds, race 4, number 1, Deadly Avenger, race 9, number 1, Jungle Johnny. That's the Q2 activities taken care of. What about down there in Tassie tonight? They're racing at Hobart.
Yep, race 7, number 6, Eaton returns from an 80-day spell for Debbie Cannon and Ted Medhurst. He's doing a nice record, this dog, 9 starts to the 5 wins and the 3 placings. I don't think box 6 has any issues for this dog, and there's just a few runners in this race that don't like to go past the leader. Number 3, Saves Tonight's one of them. The 8, Pressing Matters. Both their recent wins have been by small margins. They run a lot of placings. They're great for your exotics, so I think you can obviously play Eaton, maybe stand him out and put the 3 and the 8 to run 2nd, 3rd, 4th, because I think it's got to be a type of race where Eaton finds a front, and a few of them like to run beside him, and they probably just peak on their run late.
Like it. Race 7, 6 on top. Throw the 3 and 8 in for the novelties, and we round it out in race number 9.
Yeah, newcomer to Tasmania, number 4 here at Penzille, gets into the astute hands of Mick Stringer. Both his runs, I guess, have been really, really poor since returning from a bit of a break. He doesn't look to chase one bit, so you might question why I'm diving into a very short price for this runner, but he has cleared a stewards trial in really, really slick time. I think obviously gets a massive drop in grade to a 5th grade at Hobart. And once again, another questionable runner in box 2 here, unlikely danger. 29 starts, 2 wins, 12 placings. Need I say more, Shorty? So I think if Penzille can get back his confidence in this race, and I think he can go through the grades very well down there in Tasmania. He's a dog that has broken 30 seconds at the Meadows, and he has run 29.60 odd at Sandown. So he's obviously a very quick chaser, and I think tonight's the confidence-boosting win he needs to go on with his career. Excellent.
So we've got race 7, number 6, Eaton, race 9, number 4, Penzille, to get the job done for us down there in Hobart. Beautiful work from you, JC. Punters out there tuned in that would like to follow your handiwork. What's the best way to go about it?
Yep, over on X, Campbell Jason. We've actually got a live stream tonight, Shorty, over with the Wolfden boys. We'll have the Kingsley Bartholomew, myself, RI, and a few other boys from the Den tuning in to watch all the coverage for the State of Origin series. We'll have a very good punter also, Troy Little, join us. So tune in for that. Be on YouTube around, I'd say about 4:30, 5:30 your time.
Excellent. I'll be tuned into that and looking forward to it, JC. I'm sure you'll find plenty of winners. Good luck with that broadcast. Appreciate your time as always, mate.
Thanks very much. Good luck, mate.
There we have it. Jason Campbell joining us here on Great Greys, where it's now 22 minutes after 10 o'clock. Maddie, we've got about 8 minutes until our next race for broadcast. That'll be the first of the day there at Sale.
And up to 28,000 in the quaddie pool here with Regeneration at $4 ahead of 1 and 3. Airworthy and Empire Song, they're both at 5. And 550 into 420 at Tab Touch for Regeneration. 8 into 460 Airworthy and into 460 after hitting 5. Now it's just changed and I've lost what I was saying. So Regeneration at 420, the favourite in fixed betting. Race number 1, it's due in 6 from now. They're in the mounting yard.
This is your home of the Greyhound Good Oil, Great Greys.
And I'm delighted to welcome back our Hall of Famer, Neil Brown, on this Thursday morning. A big thanks to Ethan Christian, who filled in very well for Neil while he was away. But it's great to have Neil back off his break. Welcome to you, Brownie. How was the holiday?
Yeah, terrific, David. Wonderful scenery, and we had a great time. And I was pleased to hear Ethan went very well and found our listeners some winners and some good things. So that was great.
Indeed. Well, I'm sure that you've had a bit of time to go through the form guide. We're looking to have you back in tip-top form, as you have been right from the get-go here on Great Greys. Interesting 12-race card to look forward to tonight there at Sandown.
Yeah, it certainly is, David. I think we can find the 2 quaddies in 3, but we'll see how we go. And we kick off race 1 over the 5:15, the mixed 6th and 7th grade here. I've got the 8 on top. I'm going to take 7 and 1 as well, but I think the 8's the one to beat. Kenya Mayhem, early pace, only had the 3 starts. Pretty impressive at Bendigo, 23.77. Race number 2's over the 5:15. It's a grade 5 here. I think the 3's the one to beat. Tarwin Therese, I've got it on top, 6 and 1 from only 7 starts. Pretty impressive debut early for this greyhound. 25.60, best of the night at Geelong last week, and it looks the one to beat. I'm going to take the 2 on the inside as well, 3, 1 and 2, second leg of the early quad. Race number 3, 5:15 metre grade 5. Here I like Ming Teddy, pretty difficult race. I've got Ming Teddy on top. Good record here, 4 and 3 from 18. Can begin. Didn't have much luck last week, so I think it might be better off tonight. I'm going to take 7 and 2. And rounding the early quad off, pretty hard race this. Over the 5.95, a grade 5. I'm going 2, 3 and 1. I've got the 2 on top, Reality Pie. Going off its June 2nd win here. Draws okay tonight. Solid record, 4 and 1 from 9. We'll tip it on top, number 2, Reality Pie. Into the main quad, race number 5. Good race here, 5.95, mixed stake, 4th and 5th graders. I'm going to take 1, 2 and 4. I think they've all got chances. Got Paul Quimby off the inside. Super record here, 4 and 4 from 11. It's in form, really runs a poor race. Well boxed. It's 1, 2 from the 3 times it's been in the red. Number 2, well boxed here as well. Paul Arena also needs a little bit of luck early. The last couple, she's been a little slow out, so we'll take it on trust tonight. And number 4, Wirraspale, high-class performer over both distances. He's an honest type. Had a super win at the Meadows last start, 29.91. And so I'll throw him in. But a competitive race, 1, 2, 4, the first league. Race number 6, 5.95 free-for-all. Good race here. I'm going to take 2, 8 and 7. I've got Intrepid Bale on top. In good form, well drawn. Needs a little bit of luck early, but a solid record, 4 and 1 from 7. And it has one here in 33 and 99. Fast time. The 8's got a chance. Draws a worry. Heap of ability and a good effort last week. And the old honest toiler, Dewana Fernando, that's Zipping Hopkins off the 8. And Dewana Fernando, honest as they come, always runs quite a good performance here at Sandown Park. And he does race very well on the track. So we'll take 2, 8 and 7. Race 7, 5.95 grade 5 here. I'm going to take 8, 4 and 6. Very keen about Fernando Phil. Impressive at the Meadows. Best of the night win on Saturday night. Led all the way. This is not an overly strong field. I think he looks very hard to beat, but he is priced accordingly at around $1.75. The 4 is a chance, El Crimpador. He's always thereabouts. Has won a couple here. Has some early speed. And the 6, you can throw it in. I'm probably only going to take 8 and 4. The Sandown Cup finalist has some ability. He's a little slow out, the 6. And Mary Miss Mary Jo. So I'm going to take 8 and 4 there and see if we can get that leg in. Coming home in race number 8, a grade 5 over the 7.15. Always a test the distance races. I'm going to take 8, 2 and 1. I've got the 8 on Top Flying Indy, a big motor, 41.76 winner. Gets back, but looks the best of these. The 2 reiterate, can lead from the 2 probably, yet to win here, but always thereabouts. And the 1's got a chance if only. Run a handy race last week after a solid Meadows win on the 31st of May. So we'll take 8, 2 and 1. Now, I never tipped them at odds on, David, as you know, and I've searched this card for something better, but couldn't really come up with much. My best bet is race 7, number 8, Fernando Phil, at the $1.75. Maybe we can get some multis going with it, but I think it will win the 7th race. So good luck and good punting tonight at Sandown Park.
Excellent work. Thank you very much, Neil. Good luck to yourself and all the team there for a big program tonight there at Sandown. Look forward to our chat next week.
I'll look forward to that, David. Thanks, mate.
You are tuned into Shorty and the team on Great GREYS.
Well, we're about to catch up with Sean Matheson to have a look at all things SA chasing over the next few days. Welcome to you, Sean.
It's great to be on the show again with you this week, and really looking forward to certainly our race meeting tonight at Angle Park. No feature races tonight. A lot of our feature races now will move towards Gawler on Sunday, where we have the heats of the Gawler produce. But yeah, not a bad meeting tonight. Some nice dogs going around.
Excellent. Well, I've got a couple of minutes until they jump here at Ballina, so we'll make a head start on your thoughts for tonight there at Angle Park.
Okay, so the first of our plays will come up in race 2. It's number 1, Hartley Bale for Ed Kowaleski. This greyhound was a good third last start in a Masters event. Does like an inside draw. It's won 7 races from the red box. There's only a small field of 5, but it's a very even race. So I'm looking at him off the inside, begin quite nicely, hopefully pushing up nice and hard, hopefully behind the leader. The run should come at some point. He's around that $5 mark, but he just likes the draw, David, so I think he's a really good chance tonight.
Excellent. So we'll cash in on the Red Box Bandit Hartley Bale race 2, number 1. The second of your better bets tonight at Angle Park?
The second of the better bets is in race 5, and it's number 8, Isabella's Blitz. As one of the favourites for this race, around 225, she steps up to the 595 for the first time. Her winning streak of about 5 runs came to an end last start when she ran third here at Angle Park over the 5:30, where she got tightened up, spat out the back, was seen charging home late, had flashing lights on her. They didn't run very fast time, but her run was enormous. The 595, she's 2 from 2 from the pink. I just think she just shows her true ability, and she should win this race pretty easily.
Very nice. So another dog that's really well housed out there in box number 8, race 5, number 8, Isabella Splits. Minute to get your bets on race 2, Ballina Punters. Don't miss out there. And the third of your key runners tonight at Angle Park, Sean.
It comes up in race 8, which is probably the best race on our program tonight, and it's number 1, Cassoni for Ryan Tugwell. Only had the 2 starts in South Australia through a dual distance feature at Murray Bridge, where drew box 8 on both occasions, 1 over 395, very impressive over 455. Has good middle distance and 500-metre form from Victoria. 3 wins and 3 placings from the inside draw, perfectly positioned here. Just gets the right run here, David. And again, very well drawn, very hard to beat.
You're listening to Great GREYS on Tab Radio.
Well, it's 23 minutes away from 11. We're catching up with Sean Matheson. He's just given us his key plays tonight at Angle Park. They are race 2, number 1, Hartley Bale, race 5, number 8, Isabella Splits, and race 8, number 1, Cassoni. We've got chasing at Murray Bridge on Friday and Gawler on Sunday. Did anything take your eye there, Sean?
Yeah, quite good programs. Tomorrow at Murray Bridge, I did like race 7, number 7, Tilly Swamp for Cameron Butcher. She returned from a break. She's had 3 runs back. She was a good second last start behind a kennel mate as a short price favourite. I think she can bounce back into the winners list there at Murray Bridge tomorrow over the 395. She's drawn out in 7, plenty of room out there, and she should be too strong for the Butcher Kennel, who is in very, very good form of late. And then I like at Gawler on Sunday night, as I mentioned, our feature racing turns there. So we've got 2 heats of the Gawler produce. And a lot of those dogs people will have noticed from the Howard Ashton series. They've now sort of progressed through to Gawler. But I do like one in the middle distance race there on the program. Race 4, number 1, Amazed by You for Colin Swain, over the 6:43. She's been mixing her distances over the 700 at Angle Park against our best stayers, and a really good third last start over 5:30 where she ran home strongly. Drawn box 1, she loves an inside draw. The 2 and the 4 dog, David, they like to shift off in this race, so I just feel she'll just get that nice break early and might be a bit too hard to catch there at Gawler on Sunday, and that is a very, very good program of racing on Sunday night.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Have a few bets at Gawler on Sunday, and we'll be cheering hard in race 4 for Amazed by You, with a couple of dogs getting up the track. Should be able to punch hard the rail and be very hard to beat. Very nice, Sean. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us here on Great Greys on this Thursday. Have a wonderful weekend, and look forward to our chat again next week.
Thanks, David. No worries at all. We'll talk then.
There we have it, Sean Matheson talking all things South Australian chasing. Matty, we'd be pretty close to having the divvies available out of that recently completed race there at Ballina.
And the weight signal through at Sale as well. So Tote pays there at Ballina. The winner, Love to Know, $2.70, $1.60. Denuto, $1.20. Flash 1 Hay at 2.30, 6.30 Quinella, 14.70 Exacta, 49.80 Trifecta, 11.294 first 4, 264.80. Race to race 5, 11, 13, 10. Sub was 11 with 1, 3, 5, 6 and 8 scratched. Gosford next, race number 1. It's in 9 minutes now.
This is your home of the Greyhound Good Oil, Great Greys.
We round out the program today with a chat to Simon Orchard to have a look at all things New South Wales Greyhound racing. G'day, Simon.
G'day, Shorty. How are you, mate?
I'm very well, thanks. How's everything going in your world there in New South Wales?
We are busy beavers, mate. Not only do we have the State of Origin tonight up there at Queensland, we wish our New South Wales competitors all the best. I reckon whitewash is on the cards, mate, just like last year, 3-zip. We've also got the Thunderbolt semi-finals on Sunday, mate, and if that wasn't all, tonight, 2 She's a Pearl pups head to the races for the very first time. Wentworth Park and Dapto. She's Fearless goes to Dapto. Black Axe Bandit will go around at Wenty. We cannot wait to see what these youngsters can produce, mate. So there's plenty to do over the next 24, 48, 72 hours, and we're really looking forward to some great coverage on thedogs.com.au.
Big time, and that is exciting, of course. She's a Pearl, such a special bitch. Let's hope she throws just a little bit of the talent that she had onto her puppies, and there'll be some exciting times ahead for those particular owners. I'll handball across to you, Si. You can take us through what you're liking across the grounds over the next few days.
Yeah, sure, mate. Richmond straight today. Race 8, number 8, Remus Blue. I just reckon is a good price, about $5 last time I checked. One up the straight in good time a week ago. That was only a second run back from a big break. Fitter today. Box 8 is interesting. Usually drifts to the middle of the track, but not straight away. So hopefully everything else inside can head towards the rail. The favourites are on the inside. If they clutter up a bit, I think Remus Blue can get a pretty good run. Race 8, number 8, up the Richmond straight. Casino. 2-7 Swift Grant, the best bet. Young pup, having start number 6. There's a spare lid inside, so got good early pace and with a bit more room to move early. Hopefully Swift Grant can scoot around them. And once you get to the front of Casino, really hard to run down. So 2-7 Casino, the best bet there. Wenty Park tonight. I like Bianca's Boy, race 7, number 1. Hasn't won for a while, but gee, really well graded. It's been in mixed 4th, 5th grades, non-graded race for basically, I reckon, the last 8 months or so. Last week he found a 5th grade race. There was a lot more depth to it, Shorty. Cumbria Benny won the race. That dog's a dog going places, so I like the form. Box 1, I think, gives Bianca's Boy a good run into the race. And don't forget, he's a Group 1 place getter, and he was in the Bidgie Cup final at the back end of last year as well. There's nothing like that in this field. So Bianca's Boy, best bet at Wenty Park. Just quickly, State of Origin, if you want to have a play there tonight. I like Sid Swain making all the right noises about Zigzag Man in the Stayers race. We've been waiting and waiting. He's been a frustrating dog to follow. He's always flashing home. Sid knows so much about the dog game, Shorty. He knows a lot more than me, so I'm willing to back him in. He thinks Zigzag Man's going to be at his best over 700. So $4, I like that price. I think Cobber's the dog to beat in the sprint. Beautifully boxed. He was brilliant last week. in 29.48 at the track. He's had 2 looks up there now. I think he's cherry ripe to win again. And in the match race, Jungle Johnny, Andy Lord said this morning he reckons he should be $1.05. I just cannot see a way, if all things are equal, that he gets beaten. So Jungle Johnny to win that. And finally, mate, the Thunderbolt on Sunday. Why not back the 2 best dogs in the field? 5-8 Flash Jet, 6-4 Badgers Beast. They are the 2 favourites for the series, and you're getting pretty good prices. $2.40 for Flash Jet, $2.50 for Badgers Beast. The Beast went $19.57 last week. That's flying. And Flash Jet trialled really well. I think he's going to improve on that effort too. So plenty to do, mate. If you want to back the Pearl Pups tonight, race 1, 8 at Wenty Park. Race 2, 1, She's Fearless. They're very, very short, but hopefully they get around safely and we can see some future stars heading towards some big races on the calendar over the coming months.
Absolutely. We'll be watching and cheering hard for those She's a Pearl Pups there tonight as well. Outstanding work, as always, from you, Simon. Really appreciate your time. Have a wonderful weekend. The punters looking to tune in to thedogs.com.au. Any coverage of note that we can watch out for over the next couple of days?
Just the normal stuff, mate. Race replays and some interviews from Origin tonight, as well as Wenty Park, and then Sunday, the best of Graft and the Thunderbolt. I'll be on track for the final the following Saturday, so make sure you stay tuned to the socials, which are going gangbusters at the moment, mate, so let's keep the good times rolling.
Indeed. Make sure you tune in, get around our man Simon Orchard and the rest of the team there on thedogs.com.au. Thank you very much, Simon. Have a wonderful weekend, mate.
You too, mate. Hooroo.
There we have it, Simon Orchard rounding out Great Greys for this Thursday morning. As always, we thank you for your company. All of these tips will be up a little bit later on there on the Tab Touch blog, as well as across all of our social media channels. Tomorrow morning, I'll be teaming up with Digby and Tim for our standard Friday morning chat and funny around about 6:40 a.m. tomorrow morning, straight after the Shane train, and then we're into chasing winners between 9 and 10 o'clock tomorrow right here on TAB Radio. I'll team up with Peter O'Neill and Jesse Earnshaw having a look at Mandurah Friday and that big Winter Cup card out at Cannington on Saturday night. It promises to be a magnificent program. And, of course, if you're looking for a helping hand with tips over the weekend, late on a Friday afternoon, I put together all of the tips from the team. Ryan Levitsky, Jesse Earnshaw, the Shane Train Williams. I also have a look at the programs at the Meadows and Wentworth Park, come up with some plays. And don't forget, on a Sunday there at Darwin, our man Bones Harmon throws his tips in as well. So if you don't have time to do the form, all of the team there sharing their thoughts on some of the key greyhound programs each and every week. That's the Jet Set podcast tip set each and every Friday there on the Tab Touch blog. That's us done and dusted. Matt McDermott, as always, elite putting the show together. Thank you, Matty. Appreciate that. Have a ripper Thursday to everybody tuned in. Wishing you all many winners.
What are you really gambling with? For free and confidential support, visit gamblinghelpline.org.au.